Zach Sang and the gang.
It's Zach Sang and the gang. We're hanging out in the studio with Kendall Schmidt from Big Time Rush, and you're doing a whole bunch of other stuff, my friend. How are you?
I'm doing great, my friend. It's been a while.
It has been a long time. We're just catching up, annoying everybody.
No,
'Cause
you
nobody
weren't.
else is on the inside. We're on the
No.
inside. They're on the outside.
We're on the inside looking in.
We
That's
weren't,
it.
you
looking
weren't
out.
annoying us. You were kind of annoying us.
Whatever.
Yeah, very
You know
much
what?
so.
You look very pretty right now.
Thank you. I don't look as good as you, though, because no one helped me.
I didn't have help either. Hello.
I know, I'm just joking.
You like Shelly? Are you dating anyone right now?
I'm not dating anyone. Well, I mean, I'm dating.
You're
but I'm
going
not
on
dating
dates.
anyone. I'm going on dates. Yeah.
Last date you went on, who was it with? Anyone good?
Yeah, it was good. It was actually fun.
Yeah,
Who was it?
what'd you do?
A certain babysitter of somebody.
How'd it go? Where'd you take
It
her?
went great. Sugiyama on 55th.
In the city? In New York
Yeah,
City?
yeah,
Oh.
No, what is this? You're coming back and forth from LA to New York often?
Well, more recently than not, it's actually the last time we came to New York. It had been a long break, and I miss coming here. This was like our second home for a while. You know
Yeah.
how often we were here, like
All the
once every
time.
2 months, and now it's been a while. But it's partly because we've been traveling, and then the other part is because we've been filming. But me and James came out to do Nick Studio 10,
Yeah.
a couple like 7 days worth of that. To lead up to our 7 days worth in one day.
Okay.
And then that was to lead up to the series premiere, which came out last Thursday.
Which is great. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's
Thank you.
awesome.
Big
And then-
Time Rush Season 4.
Yeah,
Yeah,
next
woo!
episode is today.
Wow.
Well, Thursdays. So if you're hearing this, just whatever the next Thursday is when the episode comes out.
Did you ever think that you'd make it to 4 seasons?
Never. My brother, we grew up acting. My brother was relatively successful compared to like everybody that we knew when we were like 15 and stuff.
Mhm.
And now he writes a lot, but he had never had 4 seasons of a show ever. He did a show called Clubhouse. It went 1 season. So I went back and I was talking to him about. I was like, yeah, it's so crazy. It's been 4. He goes, dude, do you realize that 4 seasons of a show, like a successful show that's not like waning, like people actually like it, still like it. And I'm like, yeah, you know what? It's pretty awesome. I mean,
Yeah.
so blessed to do something like that.
You've never been
It's
put up on the
huge.
chopping block. You get to do movies along with it. You
Yeah.
have albums and tours that follow it. I mean, that's pretty awesome.
And because we're so inundated, I don't think we can ever be chopped.
Yeah. Nickelodeon never gave me that. I could be chopped any second. I might have been chopped right now.
Yeah.
I think you could be getting chopped at the moment.
I might actually be getting that email. But how is everything? How's life? You just wrapped Season 5?
Yeah,
Or was
last
it-
Friday, season 4.
Season 4, I'm sorry.
It'd be cool if we got 5 though.
But so
It'd be
you
dope.
wait, hold on. That's interesting. They didn't stockpile your episodes. You were shooting kind of as you were airing, in a sense.
Well, the first episode aired on the Thursday before Wrap,
Oh wow!
which is really interesting, right? So
Yeah.
like the second to last day, the first episode of the season.
So
was
you had a
coming
whole
out.
season in the can before.
Whole season in the can. So there's gonna be. I think they're planning on playing 13 episodes straight,
Nice.
which is like that never happens.
That's great for all your fans. I'm sure they're very excited for that.
Well, yeah, because it's like how annoying is it to watch it? It'd be like an all new
worst.
Big Time Rush in 6 months.
Yeah, it's so annoying. And
know,
then
it's like-
and then the cliffhangers, and then no one wants to wait. We want them now.
Exactly. Tell them.
Yeah.
And you have some good guest stars on this season too.
A lot. Yeah, a lot actually compared to the last 3 seasons. Tons of guest stars.
You have
one of-
Cher Lloyd, right?
Cher Lloyd. That's in the next episode that comes out. Another one. Jon Stewart's pretty awesome.
Stop
That's
it.
crazy.
He was in the first episode. A little quick clip. Like me and Carlos go on the Daily Show because the two of us are competing. Like we decide that one manager isn't good enough and this one's not. So we like compete, and then everything gets ruined by a spitball fight. So he's like, welcome to the Daily Show. I'm Jon Stewart, and welcome up next. We have a big show with some big guests. Up first is Kendall and Carlos from Big Time Rush, and we come out and then we just get immediately hammered with spitballs, and then he's like, Big Time Rush, everybody. That's it.
so awesome.
But just to have Jon, we saw him at the Kids' Choice Awards, and he's like, my kids are huge fans. I was like, dude, that's like the most ridiculous thing ever.
Isn't that the craziest thing to remember that like these celebrities have kids who happen to watch Nickelodeon and then they come up to you and they ask for pictures and stuff?
Seems like everybody has a kid, which is really great. When it comes to that, one of my like idols, Dave Grohl, is
I
his
love Dave
daughter.
Grohl.
His daughter likes the show, and so we were at the Kids' Choice Awards we performed at. I remember getting ready. This is like 2 years ago, and I heard that he was going to come back and say hi. So of course, the whole day I'm like, like what do I do? And so I'm sitting back there, and I see like under this curtain, on the other side was Snoop Dogg's holding area for where he was going to hang out, and then I see these Converse, like beat up Converse, walking, and I'm
And
like,
you knew it.
that's
You
gotta
knew it,
that's gotta
yeah.
be Dave Grohl. Come on. And sure enough, he comes around the corner. He's like, hey guys, and he's got his daughter, and he's like, say hi. We're like, hey. And I went over and I was like, I just gotta say, this is probably really cool for her. I can imagine this is really cool, but this is really cool for me right now. And he's like, do me a favor, just pay attention to her. And I was like, you got it. No
Whatever
problem.
you say.
Whatever you say, I'm in. Hello, how are you? It's like instantly turned. But like, it's amazing to have people like that, and the fact that they watch it.
I mean, just your
That's
concert
incredible.
alone. I tell the story all the time. When I went to your concert at Radio City, sitting to my left was David Duchovny from Californication, and then sitting to my right was Al Roker.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yes, we hear this story all the time.
All the time.
Yeah.
I mean, mainly because of Al. I love Al Roker.
It does. Zach probably would marry
biggest
Al if he
Al
could.
Roker.
I was. Oh
Yeah.
my god! I freaked out. He's scared of me.
Am I turning up yours, by the way?
No, you want to turn up your headphones? It's over there.
Yeah, you're not turning up anything
No,
by
I'll
doing
show you.
that.
Hold on.
Help me! I can't do it.
Are we not? Should we just scream in your ears? Are we not loud enough?
No, it's not that. It's just like to feel it, you know. And honestly, listening to music so loud, it's probably
That's
Go
damaged.
deaf.
Absolutely. Zach's going deaf.
It's damaged my ears a little bit.
Yeah.
I wear headphones a majority of my day, and I know I'm going deaf. I'm
What?
screwed. You see? That's good. So you're doing a lot more besides Big Time Rush, though. You're
Yeah.
doing a whole bunch of side projects. Fill us in.
Well, I'm out here. One, we have so much coming out with Big Time Rush that I have to talk about.
Yeah.
It's like there's only good things coming from talking about that. But also, I had a band before Big Time Rush called Heffron Drive that you've met Dustin, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's what we did. When I was 17, 18, we made this music. I just had my computer and Logic and MIDI keyboard, and I just made stuff. And then put guitars on it, and then we would start writing lyrics. And then we were like, we have to name it, so we named it Heffron Drive, the street we live on. And
Your Twitter name.
Yeah, Twitter name. And I remember actually hearing when I first got Big Time Rush, they're like, one of the people, Nick, was like, you going to change your Twitter to your name? And I was like, no, I'm just going to leave it that one. Because I always had the plan of when I had time to do
Bring
Heffron Drive
back.
again. Because
To
that's
go
like,
back,
that's
yeah.
my baby, you know, like that's a band that me and him created. We
Yeah.
made that. So, I had like a couple weeks and I wanted to go do some shows. So we are going to Germany to do some acoustic shows.
I mean, that's
Wow,
awesome.
That's beautiful.
Which
That you
I-
can do that.
And I
Yeah.
think it's a testament to your loyalty. I mean, even though, obviously you had to let it sit for a little bit. You
Yeah.
had a whole bunch of other things to work on. But you're going back. You're cycling back.
Cycling back, and also Dustin, he's never been left behind. He's always been, he plays guitar for
Yeah.
Big Time Rush. So he's always been, we've shared 250 shows together.
Wow.
And we've traveled the whole world together. Anywhere that we might go
He goes.
as Heffron Drive, we've been before as Big Time Rush. So like going to Germany, for instance, that's probably the most traveled country we've done. Like my passport's got like 2 pages dedicated just to Germany, and we're gonna go back and I'm gonna see a lot of the same places that I've actually been to before, and I'll know where I am. Like I'll have a reference
That's
to being in
cool.
a foreign country that I never would have had before. And
One of the many perks of doing what you do. I
One of
mean,
the many traveling.
That's
Yeah.
wild.
Is there a place that you just absolutely love being?
Germany's one of them. London is just cool because it's England.
It's London.
It's a lot of history there, you know.
Do you walk down the streets doing that accent?
It's
Because
terrible.
you do it very well.
It's so bad though. No, it was just that those three
Those
or four
three
words.
The only
words,
ones you can do.
that's all he can do.
The history there. No, but South America, Brazil, Sao Paulo was like all city. It was just
That's
just
awesome.
buildings. Rio was like, I remember seeing on Discovery Channel like videos of Rio de Janeiro and Ipanema Beach, and
Wow.
I never thought. I sat on Ipanema Beach and just watched the sunset. you know?
Surreal. Which place has like the hottest girls?
You'd be surprised. Peru.
Peru.
I mean, not to just like every place in the world has beautiful women in
Right.
all places.
Right.
But how about where I was most surprised?
Most surprised.
Peru.
You wouldn't think Peru's not really famous for their women.
Well, it's just you don't just think Peru. I mean, it's a small country, and there's the whole world of beautiful women out there.
Yeah.
But Peru, we got there, and I was like, "Are you kidding me? What is this?" Every single girl was just shockingly gorgeous.
How many do you keep track of your hookups while you're on a tour? Come on, it has to happen. You know it happens.
We have like a little book that I write
That's
down.
what I would do. I write
Crazy.
them on my own.
Says the man who. Those are the guys that don't hook up. People who's like, I keep track of my hookups.
Everybody, come on. You definitely have a mental number as you go. and
Everybody
you see all these
everybody
girls.
has a mental number. That's a very fair statement.
You have a mental. You have a number.
I know mine.
What's your number?
No, I know it.
You know it. You keep track.
I don't. I maybe miscount.
Can you guesstimate the amount of hookups
I
you'll
am not gonna
have on the
guesstimate.
next tour?
I'm not gonna guesstimate.
Zach, you're so sleazy.
What?
He's not sleep. You know what? He's a guy, is what he is.
Yeah, I'm being honest, and everybody does
questionable.
it. Questionable. Come on, just because you're trying to be classy, if I was on tour and all these girls would throw themselves at me instead of throwing themselves away from me,
Now,
I'd be into it.
I will say though, there's a small group of girls that are actually our age. That go.
Yeah.
Right,
Other
right.
than that, they're mostly younger girls and then moms.
Yeah,
So
I
it's
found that
not-
from
It's
people
not like
who watch
going to
Nickelodeon.
like I've never been to a Justin Bieber concert, but I would imagine it's full of older teenage girls. Do older teenage girls like Justin Bieber? I don't know. How's that work?
I don't
Pretty
know.
young fan base too.
I mean, I
assume.
do
she
stalk
does.
the fan base. I do, prey on them.
They're intense, man.
Yo. But they're all susceptible and vulnerable. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
I don't understand. I don't understand why
Zach.
anyone.
They leave the concert like, I didn't get with Justin Bieber. Who's the poor man's Justin Bieber? Zach Sang.
Well, you got the hair thing going.
They come to me.
You know what really upset me though in the beginning
What?
of Big Time Rush is that I had I
Yeah,
never
you
had-
Yes,
the-
yes.
the
Which, by the
original.
way, I love your hair today. It looks
Thank
really
you.
good. Yeah,
I appreciate that.
It
I
suits you.
eventually just had to cut it off because I was tired of when I perform, I get really hot and sweaty, and you just constantly be like, what was it? So when I was in the beginning of the show, people would say, "So you guys, your hair, it's like a thing. I can tell all four of you have very specific haircuts. How's it feel? Why do you have a? What do people think about your Justin Bieber haircut?" And I'm like, well, besides the fact that I'm significantly older than him, and I've had this haircut for longer than he's even been on YouTube or anything like that, I would like to consider my haircut and his haircut as his haircut.
He's
Like,
got the Kendall haircut.
He's got the Ken, or he just has his own haircut.
Right.
Everyone
Two
cuts their
separate hair.
Two separate hairs. It's not related at all.
Well, now if I had to compare your haircut and his haircut, I would say yours is way cooler.
You know-
He's going for like the vanilla ice.
No, you know what he's
thing.
going for? Besides the color of his hair, Logan's haircut.
He is. It is. It's very
You ever see that?
Logan-esque. Yeah.
With the whole ski,
Right, the flip?
Oh, yeah,
no,
that's a
ski
good point.
slope. Like this
Ski
this
slope.
goes up. Logan's goes whoosh, like that. And he is literally going for the blonde version of that.
Yeah. Wow. He is. That's true.
Mm-hmm.
How's everybody? How's Carlos?
Everyone's great. Carlos, you know he directed an episode.
I saw his pictures.
that's
That's
awesome.
great.
I literally was beaming with pride. I pulled into the lot and we were shooting outdoors in the parking lot, which we were taking up so much of Paramount space. They were probably like not happy about it. But I walk up and I was like, this is a big production. Good for us. And then I was like, Carlos is directing this big production. How awesome is that?
That's huge.
That's
That's huge. And for someone, I mean, he made a couple of music videos and Scott gave him a chance to really go for it. And Carlos is really shining. He did great filming and all that stuff, but he's really shining in the editing and the cutting of it. Because that's where his brain works best. He remembers certain things. He goes, that's going to be way funnier. And plus, you have to imagine the guys that are normally editing the show are on their late 40s.
They're way older, yeah.
So Carlos is like, I know.
He brings new vibes, new energy to it,
He
new
did.
vision.
And he did the song in that episode's Crazy For You, one that I wrote. And he's literally, since he had heard that song, he was like, I want to make a video for that. His original idea was to do a single shot, but it wouldn't have worked for our show.
Yeah.
So maybe for an actual music video, like if we do a Sony video, Carlos will do that one and he'll do what he's always dreamed to do.
And see, those are the cool things that come along with being in the 4th season of your show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You,
have-
get
yeah.
to do these types of things. No, and you get to write your own songs, which is huge, which I'm sure at the very beginning you didn't get to do.
Well, it went from 0 to
everything.
2 to everything. So we went from 0 on the first to a couple songs on the second one to literally almost every song. I think there's maybe 2 that we didn't write, but ultimately when you're singing a song, you're adding parts that aren't there.
Yeah.
So you have your hand and influence in it. We never just directly copy something. We always add our own flair. But yeah, 13 out of 15 we actually wrote.
Wow.
Now, I mean, hopefully this never happens, but there's probably going to come a time when, the big time rush era will be sort of behind you.
It's era.
Error. I said error. Oh my God, that's so embarrassing.
Yeah, it's
and
not
I'm
an
supposed
era.
to be the
Big
smart
Time
one on
Rush
the show.
Talk
is a
about an error.
success.
Wait,
Yeah.
take 2. The Big Time Rush era. You'll edit that.
No, we won't.
Where do you see do you want to continue music, acting, directing? Where do you see yourself falling, let's say, in 5 years?
Well, 1, all of the above, but 2, with a major in music. You know what I mean? Like, I love acting. I always will, but I just love music, and I love the idea of writing for somebody would be amazing. I've already sort of gotten started with it. I maybe had 2 sessions that I've written for somebody else.
Janoskians, my friends.
Oh,
Saw that.
you did.
Now get this. So I get a call. It's like, hey, we're doing this spoof on boy bands.
Oh my God.
We're doing a spoof on boy
You're
bands.
spoofing
Okay,
me, yes.
Jay pitched this to me and told me what they were going to do back in November.
Yeah.
Please.
We're spoofing on boy bands. And I was like, he goes, do you want to come in and sing for a reference for these guys? Because he knows we'd work together. He knows how quickly I can do stuff when he's giving me direction. And I had just been working up the street at Siren Studios doing the Chef Boyardee commercial.
That's awesome.
Believe it or
Come
not.
on.
And I was dressed up full blown as Ziggy Stardust and a punk rocker with the spikes, the full out spikes everywhere.
Wow.
Was this a big?
I'll show you the
BTR?
Ziggy Stardust picture.
Was this just you or BTR?
This was the BTR commercial. So it basically is for the song "Like Nobody's Around." The whole campaign's based around like not bullying people, not judging. So of course we all wear these crazy costumes, and it's just supposed to have fun and be whatever.
But you eat Chef Boyardee.
But we eat Chef Boyardee. Carlos was the only one that actually had to eat it. Which I used to eat it growing up, but I don't know the last time I had Chef Boyardee forever. I eat Chef Boyardee all the time.
Yeah, please.
But yeah, I love Chef Boyardee. It's so good and wholesome.
Are your people like giving you the stink eye or something?
No, thumbs up for that.
Yeah.
Um,
It's not the people in that room he has to worry
no,
about.
of course Chef Boyardee. It's
No,
awesome.
it's yeah.
Everybody
We all.
loves it.
I mean, it's great.
It's
Who
classic.
doesn't eat Chef Boyardee?
It's an American classic.
Yes.
What were we talking about?
We were talking
anyway, so
about
I left
Janowskis.
I left the commercial shoot, and I had to actually get up to get ready for coming here.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I don't know, I kind of want to go home. I'm tired. But I'd done so much work with Jeremy that I was like, all right. And it was right down the street. It was like Vine in Santa Monica, and I was on Sunset and Gower. Not that anybody listening would know the reference, but it's like a block and a half away.
I know it.
Yeah,
See?
we were right by Nick on Sunset.
Okay, so yeah, I know. It was Siren
Yeah,
Room
yeah,
right at
we
a
were there,
party.
yeah.
And then also they filmed pretty much right next to Paramount, so it's like right there.
Oh, that's perfect.
Where they record. And so I showed up, and those guys are awesome. And then at the end, I was like, you know what, we got to get a picture together. And I thought it was
Yeah.
really cool because one of the guys is like, dude, we got to get a picture with you, man. Like, we're huge fans. And I was like, are you kidding me? You're a huge fan of Big Time Rush? I was like, that's ridiculous. So we took a picture, just a normal one.
Oh,
And I was like,
it's never just normal.
Well, I was like, this isn't right. I know you guys. I was like, this. So then they made some faces, and I grabbed the two twins' beanies and was like, in the middle of the picture was pulling them off. And then I was like, that was sufficient crazy enough for me.
Yes.
I was like, you know what? That's funny. That's not something that we normally do. And then Bo goes, let's take our pants off.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
We
Let's
love
take our
Bo.
pants off. So I was obviously like, well, I'm on Nickelodeon. I can't take my pants off. But I would gladly stand here with you guys as you take a photo with me with your pants down. So that's what happened, and now that's on Instagram forever.
it is.
Amazing.
Hia. That's how they say it. Hia.
Yeah.
Hia.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're coming
Come
back.
here.
I'm excited to
Come
see
here.
them. You
Well,
like
how about one of those guys dating Ariana? That's
Jay?
Yeah.
That's what I don't know any of the other ones. I'm only friends with Jay, really. Yeah, that's a bit.
Yeah, Zach
You're
was-
jealous.
Good for him.
Zach spent a week with them, and he
yeah.
had a lot of fun stories to share
She's
with us.
I spent 10 days straight with him.
She's
both of them.
phenomenal.
She's a looker. That's for sure.
She
Yeah,
is
she's hot.
gorgeous.
I
I
know.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really, those guys are a lot of fun to hang out with, and I think they're going to be there for a couple more weeks. So I don't know if I'll be back in time.
They
to hang
come.
out.
They come here in
After?
June. Yeah,
Well, you know what?
you got to stop by.
I heard they sold out their world tour, and I was like, what do they do on stage? I didn't know how they perform, but apparently it's sort of like a parody, like
It's-
just skits. They do
It's
fun-
half comedy,
Yeah.
half singing. I think that's how he's described it to me numerous times. I haven't been able to wrap my mind around it, but I'm excited to
Well,
see
whatever
it.
it is, it's working.
It's
people,
working.
People are liking it.
People like to see dudes being crazy, having fun.
Good-looking guys
Yeah,
being silly.
getting naked.
Yeah.
Especially when you have an accent. That seems to be the
Ugh.
only thing that matters now.
I mean,
Need
accents
one of
are
those.
everything.
Maybe I should just start like with a heavy Southern accent. Be like,
Can we hear it?
yeah, hey, I'm Kendall from Big Time Rush.
Hey, I'm Shelly.
Come see our new tour.
See, it's not attractive when a girl
No.
does it. I think. I mean, just from
The
my
Southern
perspective.
Belle, the Southern
But if
Chocolate.
I had a genuine English accent, it makes a difference. I'm telling
Absolutely.
you, it really
Absolutely.
does
No,
make
it's
a
true.
difference.
I'm pretty sure that's what
true.
started
You
Ariana
sound
and Jay.
so much smarter.
You can say
thank
anything
you.
and it sounds intelligent.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I had a cheeseburger today.
Oh my God.
I know, very
I just
sexy,
feel like
right?
you're like a
Sexy.
graduate of Harvard.
I
and
love bacon. That's sexy,
it's very
right?
sexy. Very sexy.
I know.
I feel like there's something between you two.
You see the way we're making eye contact right now?
Because you're totally just looking straight through me like I'm a glass window and going straight to her. You're window
Mr.
shopping.
Cellophane.
There's something here, I think.
Well, Zach, he's dating and I have a boyfriend, so.
No, there's nothing there.
But
Yeah,
how
there's
was your
nothing
last date? Where you took her to a restaurant?
Sugiyama, yeah. I don't know if anyone's ever been there listening, but if you're in New York, check it out. It's like not sushi, it's Japanese, but it's like traditional Japanese.
Okay.
Like a raw quail egg on top of a piece of meat you cook on a
And
hot
this
rock.
girl, how'd she perceive this? Was she freaked out?
90% of the things we ate, she had never tried before.
Okay.
I had because I had been there before, but also like I'm sort of like, I'm gonna try. I'm willing to try everything.
You're cultured.
I'm very
You're
very
cultured.
very, very cultured. So we ate the tuna. No, it was a nice, pleasant dinner, and then I had to go back to my hotel because I was getting up at like 6 or something. I know it sounds really lame.
And have you talked to her since?
Yeah, of course. I sent her pictures. You know what?
You sent her pictures?
I was going. Yeah, Snapchat. No. I was going to Coachella the next day at 6 o'clock. I was flying to Palm Springs and then Palm Springs to Coachella. So I was like, I'll send you a picture, a genuine Coachella picture.
Aw.
So I sent her one of like all of us having a great time, and then we chat here and there.
Is it hard to keep a relationship with your schedule?
Well, yeah, because like I would
Carlos does it.
Well, but I don't know how hard that is. I don't know how hard that is for him. It might be really easy for him. I'm not really sure. But for me, and he also may have found the right girl to do that. I mean, his girlfriend is an actress. And
Spy Kids.
She's busy. She's always busy, so it's appropriate.
Spy Kids is the greatest movie.
It is really awesome, though. It is pretty cool to see her.
Now, who did we have? Who did we have?
Junie Ortiz.
Yeah, Junie.
No. Who's the? I forget. It's
Junie.
blanking.
I don't know his real name, but his name is Junie.
Sababa. Daryl. Daryl. I forgot his name. Yeah, he was here.
But tell me about your relationship. Why is it hard for you?
Because, well, one, I'm extremely picky.
Okay.
And I'm one who is like, when I see something that I just feel like in an extended period of time is not going to be okay with me, I usually just cut it off right away. Because I would hate to, one, I don't like to break hearts, and two, I don't want to have my heart broken. So usually I'm like, that's no way that's going to work. There's no way that's going to work because of that thing that I just can't get over.
That one thing, right?
There's that one thing. And also, I'm also a big believer in like everything happens for a reason. I feel like I'm going to bump into a real special one.
Absolutely.
Now, do you want a girl in the industry or do you want to stay out of the industry?
I don't have a preference, but also I want a girl who's driven and passionate about something she loves.
Good. That's a great answer.
So if it happens to be someone who is a painter,
right,
and she's doing something with her painting, and she's like actually going somewhere with it, that's attractive to me. Rather than someone who's like just waiting for me to get done with whatever I'm doing. Right. Because I don't always want to be waited on, nor do I always want to be waiting. So it's like good to have two people who are busy.
Yeah, you can't have just you in common.
Yeah,
you have to have
and also,
your own lives.
You'd have to understand if it was some girl who didn't have anything in the similar realm, like it'd be hard for me to be like, yeah, I'm gonna be traveling all over the world, and she's like, I'm gonna be working at Pottery Barn.
Right.
And I'd be like, yeah, well, I'll wait for me to get home, hon. I'll be back after the 50,000 miles and all that kind of stuff. So it's like someone. I guess it would make more sense someone in the realm.
Your schedules are the same. That's what I found.
Yeah, and the other thing is, honestly, it could be anybody. So I don't want to count anything out.
You're open to everyone and everything, Shelley.
Well, I mean, I'm not married. It's a relationship.
Stop.
But how's the vibe with everybody else? All the Big Time Rush guys. I mean, you all are friends. You've been doing this forever.
Yeah, I mean, when I left, when I saw them at the commercial shoot, and when I was leaving, James was like, "Dude, go have a great time playing those shows." Like everyone's supportive of everybody.
That's great.
That's awesome.
Did you see James's cover of Clarity?
I haven't seen it yet, but I've been watching his YouTube videos.
I feel like I contributed a little bit because I know for a fact I'm the first person who played Zed around him. I know that. I know that for a fact. I'm the first person who played Zed around him. So he definitely heard that song.
An amazing song, by the way.
Really great. And he does like a piano cover, and it's really nice. It's the ladies. He does look in the camera and swoons.
He can do that. I feel like he can.
I think they all can do that.
He's just so damn good looking. You know?
Yeah, it's like one of those things. Yeah.
He's like a brown-haired Barbie doll.
Yeah, like a Ken doll.
A Ken doll. Brown-haired Ken doll, even though that's my name, but yeah.
It gets you angry, though, sometimes.
Well, I used to get called that a lot when I was a kid. It used to annoy the crap out of me. Ken doll.
Oh, God, that's terrible.
And then Caitlyn on the show looks like Barbie, so everyone would be like Barbie and Ken. I'd be like, that's really funny. which that's been fun too, having a girlfriend for 4 years on a television show. Maybe that's why I have a TV girlfriend.
Yeah.
You've done so much on this TV show from day one.
Yeah.
I mean, do you see how much you've grown and how much you've grown all together?
I look at pictures of like when we first started shooting, and then now. I mean, I feel like so much has happened. Like so many experiences all put into your head, and like you try to remember everything, you just can't. You just can't remember. There's 74 episodes. I cannot remember everything we did in those episodes. That's why I'm looking forward to, like, I can have all the DVDs one day.
Yeah.
And I
show
think
your
if
kids.
I really want to, show them.
Absolutely.
And ultimately, it's funny. I mean, I think in 10 years, if I watch it again, it's still going to be funny.
Do you want to hit 100 episodes?
I'd like to. I mean, that would be an interesting prospect. If
You
they
need
wanted to
2
do
more
a season
seasons,
5.
I think.
Well, if they did a season 5, and if they were going to do that, they would just do it straight. It'd be 26 episodes.
26.
We did 29 one time, so we've done it. Yeah.
You have done it.
You're working.
Tough.
They're working you.
No, 29 is like, at the end of that one, everyone was like, bye.
Yeah.
You know,
We
the
need
whole
a
crew,
real break.
The whole crew, goodbye.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the message you want, though, when they pick you up again while you're doing it.
Yeah, it's like, but everyone's like, we had 90% of the crew come back after 6 months or 8 months of being not filming, and almost the entire crew came back because they just love being there.
You've been doing it together.
Do you have any clue as to whether or not there's going to be another season? Or
I hope so. I mean, I'm looking forward to it. I know that we're going on tour that's going to last at least until, if we do the South American leg, it's going to go at least until October. So maybe we'll wrap up the year with more episodes or a TV movie again. Cool. Which will be really fun. Hopefully not based in England this time.
And hopefully the premiere will be here, and I'll be able to cover the orange carpet.
Yeah, and it would be nice to film in L.A.
You film in L.A., but premiere it here so I can
Or film in here.
It.
How about a New York one? That'd be good.
Film it here, and
then
they'll include me.
Yeah, no, you'll be in it.
I can come as your guest. It's all good.
Yeah, it's all right. Don't worry about it.
You can come out. Yeah, you can be on his arm.
I'll see if I can pull some strings.
He knows a few people.
You know a few
Just
people.
a couple.
Congratulations on Heffron Drive and all
you.
this success with Big Time Rush.
Yay.
Seriously incredible, and it's awesome.
I hope we can have another conversation, and I'll tell you how it all went.
Please
we'd
come
love
back.
to
And how
hear
it's all going.
Absolutely.
And it's
You're
great.
always welcome here.
Yeah, you're always welcome on my radio show, and hopefully we'll work together for Nickelodeon soon.
I would love to.
I'm
That'd be
waiting,
awesome.
waiting for an
High
email.
five all around.
Yay!
Give me one.
Fantastic.
I think they heard that.
That was good. They got it. I mean, maybe a little bit. Kendall Schmidt, everybody.
Woo!
Zach, Sang, and the gang.